Big, wonderful having the Bowles brothers here once again. That's not too loud, is it? And, you know, I found out that this was actually the 13th time we've done a Hootenanny. So I guess we're getting close to calling it an annual tradition now, I think, after 13 years. Listen, thank you very much, everybody, for being here today. It's so wonderful to see so many friends and supporters and people from the community that I proudly represent. So thank you very much for being here today. I do want to make... Oh, am I getting some feedback here? I do enjoy feedback as a rule. So, listen, I should, I probably have missed some, but I do want to welcome a few people here that have joined us today. We have a number of councillors and mayors and reeves from the area who have strong supporters and often come to the Hootenanny. So we have Brian Dowdle from Beckwith is here, Denzel Ferguson from Mississippi Mills, Faye Campbell from Beckwith, Sharon Musso from Beckwith, Brian Campbell from Tay Valley, Peter McKenna from Smith Falls, Steve Fournier from Drummond North Elmsey, Sean Redmond from Carl Place. We always miss some, Dave, but I'm sorry for who I'm going to miss. But we also have Richard Kidd from Beckwith here as well. So hopefully I didn't miss too many people, and thank you very much for being here and your continued support. I do want to make reference to one other individual who's here today. This week, I was in the legislature and I had an opportunity to make a statement. And I made a statement about a long-time journalist from rural Ontario, and got to use some language that I don't often use in the House. And I wanted to find out if this language was parliamentary or not. So I thought this was a good opportunity to recognize a longtime friend, longtime journalist, everybody who has ever read The Ontario Farmer knows the gentleman. His name is Ian Cumming. He's here today. He's from Glengarry County, and he wrote a book that I just couldn't help myself from saying, and that was, I believe the title of it is Rural Rascals, Cockwombles, and Legends of Rural Ontario. So it's always a pleasure to throw a word out there to the clerk and the speaker that they don't understand if it's parliamentary language or not. And I stumped them with cockwomble this year, without a doubt. Anyway, good to see you here, Ian, and I know Ian has a few books. I've got some books in my office if anybody wants to pick one up or have it for a Christmas present. It's a compilation, as I said, it's a compilation of Ian's greatest hits from the Ontario Farmer over his many decades of reporting on rural Ontario. So listen, I don't get into too much partisan politics, and this is a great time of the year. Oh, I'm getting the word. I missed somebody else. Bill Dobson from Montague. I'm sure. Is there anybody else that I missed? Raise your hand. Okay. Well, we'll find out. I'm sure I'll get the nod if I missed anybody else. Good to see you, Bill. He's one of those late comers. That's why I missed him. So, anyway, as I was saying, Christmas is a wonderful time of the year. It's one of my most wonderful and enjoyable times of the year. And so this is not a political or partisan event. it's just a time to wish everyone well. But I do want to say a couple brief comments. This year has, there's been some unexpected events this year in my political career. I'm no longer a member of the Progressive Conservative Caucus. I guess back in March, there was some disagreements between myself and some of Doug Ford's senior advisors. And we basically had a very different understanding of what the responsibilities of an MPP are. And they wanted me to do certain things, and I wanted them to do certain things. But we couldn't find common ground, I guess would be the best to say. So, but one of the things that I've realized is from the result of that fairly public dispute, two things. I think the Ford administration has become a better government as a result. A number of the bad or the less than desirable people are no longer with his government. And I have the absolute freedom to speak and say my mind and represent the people of Lanark-Frontenac. Thank you. And, you know, I spoke with a number of journalists and did an op-ed this, you know, being able to represent people the way that I think is the best is a breath of fresh air. Just an absolute breath of fresh air that I don't have to subordinate the concerns and the interests of my riding to anybody else, to any party, to any leader. I can stand up, speak, and advocate how I think it's best. And it's great to be able to stand up in the House and commend the government when they do things that are commendable. And it's also great to be able to stand up in the House and criticize when criticism is due. But there was something else that was really positive, is there's a group of 11 elected members who are considered independent, even though they were elected under different party labels. There's Liberal members, there's Green members, and there's Conservative members who are all considered independent. And it is just absolutely wonderful that in the legislature you can sit down with 10 other people from 2 other parties and just work together and be civil and have good conversations and get outcomes that you're looking for. So it may sound novel, but it's really, really unique in the legislature. It's not unique here. We always work together with people, with our neighbors, with our friends, with our colleagues, to achieve good outcomes and to solve problems. But that's not the way politics generally works. We don't work together. And as an independent, you get to actually work together and have fun and be civilized. And it's a very rewarding time. So I just thought I'd share that with you. I'm not sure where the coming years will take us, but I'm always going to enjoy representing the people of Lanark-Frontenac and Kingston. So thank you very much for all your support, all your help. And Jane, would you like to come over here as well?
Well, I'd like to say something.
Oh. Jane often has something to say.
I've never heard you so soft-spoken in all my life.
I think I've spoken very softly with you once or Listen, I also want to recognize and extend my thanks. I've been very, very blessed and that I have such good staff. They're here today as well. Dave Shostel, Ray Ann, also Yeah, Rayanne and Dave are here. They're the only employees, but also a lot of my volunteers and supporters are here today as well. So big hand for Rayanne, Dave, and all the supporters. We also have an ex-employee here today, Matt Atkins, as well. So sometimes you can't get rid of them at all. Anyway, I really do. They help me do the job that I want to do, and I wouldn't be able to do it without them. So with that, I'm going to say Merry Christmas to everyone. I'm so glad to see so many people here today, people that I haven't seen for a little while, people that I've known for a long time, and there's bars on both sides, there's food on both sides, there's couches on one side and music on the other, so Merry Christmas to all. And I should say one more thing. On Christmas Eve, this year's not Christmas Eve, it's Lake 88, we always have a kitchen party. This time it's Monday, December 23rd. They have a kitchen party. I think sometimes some of the Bows brothers join us, I think. Andy's going to be there this year. So tune in. I go there every year and we do some recitals of it was the night before Christmas, and we have a few songs. So tune into Lake 88, and hopefully not just the Bows will be listening in, but the Bows as well. Their cousins, the Bows. Anyway, Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you very much for being here, and it's a pleasure to see you all once again. Thank you. Bye-bye.